Have you ever tried to portray the changing seasons by taking the same image at different times of the year? I have, and I've failed. But in this week's video, I'm determined to see how I can make it work and make a plan so that in a year's time, I will have some stunning images illustrating the changing seasons. The seasons are quite distinct here in Christchurch, New Zealand, and although we seldom get snow in the winter, there's always some good frosts and we have a lot of deciduous trees that change colour in the autumn. Hagley Park in the centre of Christchurch is 165 hectares with lakes and rows of deciduous trees, so it's an ideal location. So what have I tried in the last few years? My first idea was to record single locations using a 360-degree camera and some sort of virtual tour where one season blends into another. But I found it difficult to get the 360 images to be in perfect registration, which makes the season changes a bit unconvincing. Then I tried drone video. So by recording a track that the drone could repeat in different seasons, I thought I'd be able to blend one season into another as the drone moved through the landscape. However, I didn't realise how inconsistent the DJI tracking record could be. For one thing, GPS is only accurate to around 5 metres, so the registration would never be perfect. And I found the direction the camera pointed also varied more than I anticipated. And when I first tried blending in video editing software, I didn't really have the skills to pull it off. But in the last few days I've re-edited this footage and it's not too bad, though I probably won't try and redo the drone tracking exercise. Next, I thought I would try still images locked off on the tripod. This has been partially successful and I'll continue with this, but the things I need to improve in the coming year are: number one, I need a more accurate way of documenting the exact location and orientation of my camera. I've tried all sorts of complicated ways to measure and record with precision where I put the camera. Because how do you tell where you set up your camera on a patch of grass when you go back to it, or on bare concrete? More on my solution to this later. Secondly, the seasonal images should be as different as possible and should be emblematic of the season. That is to say, winter should be foggy and bleak, spring should be green and sunny, and so on. So I need to be ready to make the most of the weather conditions. Thirdly, from the one location, why not record a still image, some video, and a 360 image at the same time? Then I'll have a substantial amount of raw material to make something out of in a year's time. I'll also record some ambient audio just in case it's useful. Number 4, to include or exclude people from the scene. I'm still not sure about this one, so I think I'll probably do both to give myself some options. In some of the scenes I'll probably put myself in the picture, dressed appropriately of course for the season. After a few semi-successful attempts, I think I have a better idea of what will work now and a plan to make it happen. To document the locations, I've tried the apps Notion and Milanote, and I've decided to use Milanote as I found it easier to include reference photos. So here's my Milanote layout, and it includes a location checklist and reference images. So I want to show you my new system for recording where I've set the tripod up so I can keep going back at different times of the year. I'll cover my previous system first, where I had a mark on the ground and I would record that mark and then set the tripod up centered over that mark. The difficulty was it was hard to tell whether the tripod was level. Also, I just guessed the height of the camera and I found it was just inconsistent. So my new system is a piece of string and a plumb bob, and I simply put the string over the end of the lens, put the camera up so that the plumb bob is just off the ground, and then the plumb bob is centered over the mark. And this way, it doesn't matter what camera I have or what tripod I have, that can change. but just a simple string and a plumb bob means I can use this with different cameras, even a 360 camera. So nice and simple, and I'm hoping this system will see me right throughout the year. So the mark on the ground, I take a snapshot of with my phone and keep that reference image with the other images and my notes, so that when I come back to this spot, I can find that same mark and center the plumb bob over that mark. And if I find throughout the year I need a bit more precision, I'll experiment with using a basic builder's laser. I'm also using the app What3Words to record each location precisely and keep these in an ordered list so I can go back to the same places. So that's my plan. Let me know if you have any ideas on improvements or other things I could add to the system that would make it efficient and something I could repeat throughout the year. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.